All right. We back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, was September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And topic is gonna be like a segue into why this day is so special. Can't me and my family was talking about that's their own path. Eventually, all right, we back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, was September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And topic is gonna be like a segue into why this day is so special. Can't me and my family talking all right, we back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, is September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And topic is gonna be like a segue into why this day is so special. Can't me and all right, we back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, is September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And topic is gonna be like a segue into why this day is so special. Can't me and all right, we back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, it's September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And happy this day is so special. All right, we're back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, it's September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And this day is so all right, we're back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, it's September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And this day is so all right, we're back. It's been what, 30 some odd days. We really got it this time at the end of the month. And today is a very special day. Today, I got two grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter. And today, my youngest, my granddaughter, she's today, on this day, it's September 25th, 2025. She's 3 years old. And so happy birthday, baby. And this day is so and it gets difficult. It gets difficult. I can tell like I said, I'm never gonna talk about nothing if I ain't spirit. it get difficult, man, especially when I got an old mindset and I'm coming into it.
Man.
And I'm trying to get away from that old mindset and I'm practicing. Because I learned, the formula is I gotta practice, but I need guidance.
Well, that's sometimes you just got to change your mind, how you think about it. You know what I mean? How you think about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it all comes with a thought.
Well, I know I got to change my mind, but how do I change?
Right.
So what happened, man? It's just like you play football. Over you guys, right? Mm-hmm. You ain't just come in there and just say, "Well, I'm just gonna play football because I know how to play football." Right. It was a game plan. Right. Then you had to learn skill. And that's the same way with changing life. I gotta have a what you call a blueprint. Then I gotta have somebody who help guide me through the process of learning how to do it. And that's what I'm saying, like the perseverance part, man. That's like mature stuff, then.
But how you get to that point, then? What I'm saying is how you get to that point where, like you say, the thought.
Okay.
You gotta have some type of knowledge, or you got to say, well, I need to change this. You know what I mean? And make a conscious decision that whatever I've been doing before wasn't working.
Yeah. Now, all of us, let me say this for the viewers. People, it's all over the world. We all from a town called Alexandria, Virginia, originally. All of us right here, born and raised, right? Right. Now we might have, stayed other places doing places of our life. Like I hung in DC a lot. Growing up, but we're from Alexandria, and being from Alexandria, man, during the time when we was there, we was taught a certain way. Like you talking about how we get that mindset, it's because, man, we was influenced by something. Somebody taught us. I did not know how to hustle and roll joints and all that. Somebody told me. Right. Yeah, I ain't know that street stuff. Right. Even though my grandmother lived by the little strip called the Wall uptown Alexandria, I sat there and watched people, but I did not know how to actually do it until somebody kind of coached me too.
And we had some serious people to follow too, man. Yeah. We had some serious people to follow behind.
Yeah. And we had some positive influences too. That's the thing I'm saying.
We did.
So we got a little bit of that on our computer chip. We ain't just get all negative. But whatever we draw to, it's the same thing with this changing life. You ask a question, I want to answer it. You say, how did you get started?
Because like you just say, we all had somebody that we followed and learned the patterns that we picked up, right? So when like for my instance, right, for my case, growing up, developing certain life skills or certain habits or certain whatever, right?
Yeah.
You live that way for so long, but then when it's time to change those things, you got to change how you think.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: can I just sit here without no practice or no guidance or practice? Because I like to say we need God and guidance, right? Because a lot of time, to persevere, sometimes I just got to wait on God. I got to not panic and get in front of Him, right? But to get the skill set that he was talking about, first I got to say, man, I don't want no more of this life that I've been doing. I don't want no more of this. I'm done with it. Then I do like anything else. If I want to go to be, I always say mechanic. That's what my dad wanted. I said, if I want to be a mechanic, and that's what I want, I'm gonna look in on the computer or whatever. I'm gonna look up some good mechanic schools so I can learn how to do it. And when I get there, I'm gonna have an instructor. It's the same concept, but it first started with what's my desire. Once I get there, I'm not gonna be sharp in fixing cars. But if I really want it, man, I'm gonna be eager and I'm gonna want to learn. I'm gonna soak it in, and I'm gonna do what they tell me to do.
So that perseverance start coming.
Yeah, because it might be hard in the beginning because it's foreign to me. It's new. The new life was hard. It wasn't easy. But I knew one thing, and I remember going into Second Gens. I always mentioned it in Alexandria, and I said, man, Reggie Turkey, Yeah, when Turkey was the director when I went in there. That was started in March 2000,
Turk.
2002. I mean, yeah, Turkey was Turkey. He used to hang with my uncle,
Mhm.
so he was like an uncle to me. But I thank God that he wasn't light on me, and they ain't never been like that anyway.
Mhm.
But his same guy, him and my uncle now, was teenagers, and I watched them doing some negative stuff.
Right.
And now this is the same guy that's gonna put me on the path of doing something right.
Right.
So the same way I learned from him back then,
That's what I was talking about.
Right.
I started learning from him with this.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Cause I only knew one thing. I'm back to that is I just knew one thing though, Bruce. My way don't work.
Yeah.
I had a lot of evidence that every time I did things my way, I ended up in situations I didn't like.
It took me a long time to learn that.
Oh, it took what it took.
Yeah, it took me a long time to learn that. And I fought against that for many, many years. You know what I'm saying? And I had good examples. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I had good
yeah,
examples.
cause I'm in the house.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want that. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You want to be fed something else, and what I wanted, I couldn't get it at home. So I had to go outside to find it.
It's like that movie. When you said that, made me think about Bronx Tales.
Right.
Mhm.
The dude had a father who got up every morning, drove that bus,
Right.
legal money, put the food on the
He
table.
want to be a gangster.
Yeah, he want to be a guy.
So now, full circle. Now,
Till
full
you see
circle.
what we're with it.
So now, full circle, I understand all the practices that my father was trying to teach me. Because those things that he was going to go to work, come home, those things I do now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you learn how, like you say, with being consistent at, getting up every day, same time. I don't even need a long clock.
That's the perseverance. When you said that, that's spot on.
Yeah.
You said I gotta be consistent, man. Man, people like you know me. Like, man, I'm in substance abuse. I've been in that field for 18 and a half years, man. Working in drug rehab centers and now detox at the psych hospital.
Mhm.
That is incredible.
Right.
But it came from the positive perseverance that I allowed somebody to help and show me. I became teacher.
So on that note, right, just not 2018.
Yeah.
I was in a situation where I was severely depressed.
Yeah.
Right. Attempted suicide. Right.
Okay.
And then, like 4 or 5 months later, I contemplated it again. That's when I had my awakening. God speak to me, right? But it was then I understood that life had to be, to be a different way of, life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fast forward to 6 years later, I was severely depressed, bro. You know what I mean? I couldn't my ass, excuse my language, when I was on the ground, man. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Fast forward 6 years later, and I'm in the line of work I do now. I work with mental health people. You know what I'm saying? They're going through the same things that I went through. And when I first started speaking about that, right? A lot of people said, Bruce, no, not you. Not you, try to commit suicide. And I used to say, man, what do you mean not me? Why not me?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I went through,
It's now used for
today
God's
I'm
glory.
using it,
Strengthen others.
yeah.
And that's how it works. Because if you learn how to be a mechanic, one day you can teach somebody else how to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Same concept.
And that's ironic that all three of us here have such a expertise in mental health and drug rehab. I've also done the same thing for like about 40 years.
Well,
Yeah.
And you didn't even know that.
you work in the field?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I do case management and suicide prevention for the Veteran
For
Administration.
real?
I did not know that.
And I ain't know that either. But it's
But
crazy.
look at, but see, then you
That's what I
talk.
love.
But I worked at St. E's,
Yeah.
all that.
So check this out. Check this out.
Back in the day, like
Check this
I
out.
was 18 years old working
Did
at St.
I
E's.
ever know that?
No.
I didn't know where you was working at right now, did I? The last time I talked to you, it was a shelter, right? So check this out. And then I tried to get Bruce up there with me early on when he came home.
When I first came home.
Yeah. So that's when I said sometimes I just gotta wait on him, right?
Right.
God and guidance. I try to keep it real simple.
Right.
God and guidance, right? I don't know where the guidance is gonna come from. See, if I'm open, it's things that I apply to everything. First, I gotta apply some honesty. I need some help in this area or that area, right? And then I gotta be open minded. Like, I mean, you know, when we was cutting up, if we was going to do what we was gonna do, we wouldn't care if a Ku Klux Klan member came to the door. If we had what we wanted. Yeah, just keep it real. So the same concept. I can't pick and choose who we gonna use or how he gonna help me. Like just like this right here, us three sitting here, we had other guests. They called out. They weren't meant to be here. See, I don't know how he gonna work for me, but he meant for us three to be sitting here tonight. Now, not taking away from what, you know, anybody can have something come up. But I believe he orchestrated it, not us.
Everything happened the way it's supposed to happen.
The way it's supposed to happen.
And most of the time when it don't happen the way it's supposed to happen, it's because we don't
put our hand in
it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm learning now. When I take my hand off of stuff, man, when I allow God to drive the car, it always pan out for me. I always win. You know what I'm saying? Only when Bruce decided that he wanted to help God or help. Process,
yeah.
You know, it gets thrown off track.
The old God helper.
The old God helper.
The old God helper himself. You know, he don't need no help. So, you know, I don't know. Like I said, we're not pushing religion. We talking truth.
Absolutely.
We talking about stuff with evidence.
And I gotta commend you guys. I mean, you guys were here and, you know, at the same place, seeing the same people. You know, knowing how to get across the bridge, knowing where it's at. I left. You know, I knew where I was going, so I left. And when you leave and get out of that environment, it's easier to get your mind right.
Right.
You know,
but ain't nothing out of order though. See, like, ain't nothing out of order, man, because we right where we supposed to be at the right time. Like myself, man, I've been out not doing none of that stuff over 23 years now. None of that lifestyle. See, it's a lifestyle change. See, some people, they if they don't know, it's just like when two mechanics talk, we talk about the mechanic thing. My dad and another mechanic could be talking. I don't know nothing what they talk about. But they speaking the mechanic language.
So they understand.
But you still engage in certain things that could be triggers to leading back to the old life, like going to the go-go. You know,
it's for some people. See, it's an individual. When we say what we call this man in the mirror, because it's a personal journey. Like for example, my guy, who's been in this process longer than me, he don't go to go-go's.
Right.
I go to go-go's.
Right.
I used to enjoy it. When I was young, I stayed at the go-go's. When I was in the 80s and the 90s, I stayed in the parties. You hear me?
Yeah.
And this is when parties was parties.
Parties was parties.
You know what I'm saying? This was parties. No, I don't enjoy it no more.
I know.
You know
it don't do the same thing for
That's why I don't go. I go every now and then.
That's what I do. I go every now and then. But like when I was doing the band, you know, I didn't even play every week like people did. My band probably played twice or three times a month at the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes once a month. Sometimes, over that long journey. Because I did it for about 15 years straight. But it was something I wanted to do because everything I started in the past got derailed. So we talk that brings us right back to the topic. I could never do anything positive consistently because I would go veer back to
the old life.
that old negative, you know, behavior, mindset and behavior. Because I don't have to act on everything I think. My thinking still sometimes is be thinking crazy, but I understand. I got a blueprint now. If it don't line up to what I know work.
Were you ever that type of person? Would you consider yourself that type of person that reacted to everything you thought at one time?
Sometimes I didn't think. I just reacted.
Not only that, let's talk about all the negative people that we not, like you say, we're not pushing religion. I'm not going to even use the word the devil, but the negative energy that comes towards you when you're on a positive track.
Well, that's
all
it.
the people that
That's what we talking about, positive perseverance. So now you talking what we talking about. We talking about, man, we can't control what's gonna come. Is we had to learn the skill set what to do when it comes. Because we can't. Can you control if? Are you married? Okay. Can you control if one day your wife just got a nasty attitude all day and you ain't did nothing to her?
Can't do nothing about it.
No, but you learn how to deal with it. See what I'm saying? Like I was telling him, man, my first year of this positive lifestyle, trying to be on this positive lifestyle, I went to jail. And the person was really not a physical threat. But I was working on doing like Bruce was saying, I reacted.
Right.
Reacted to my feelings.
So that's why. That's one of the reasons why.
Thought you was back over in Eastover.
No, you mean Eastgate.
Eastgate.
Yeah. But listen, no, the point I'm making is I was living out of birds.
Okay.
But I wasn't thinking the way I feel now and the way I think now, that can't happen. It won't happen.
See, nowadays you got to be able. See, it's a thinking man's game now. You got to be able to outthink the person because sometimes it don't be you. Sometimes it be somebody else.
You ever heard the saying you got to think for other
You
people?
got to think for other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Because
you think for other people.
that's what we're talking about, positive perseverance, having the skill set. See, like, I got a better skill set. That don't mean that. Don't get me wrong. That don't mean I can be talking real good right now, and then tomorrow I'll be rumbling. Y'all say, "Wait, Buddha's just talking good on the show," because I'm human. Now I'm saying things will happen. It's certain things I can't do though. When I can't practice that old lifestyle and no cause. It's a certain thing I gotta do perfect, and that's one. I can't practice that old lifestyle
So,
no cause.
So when you talk about ducking the negativity, on my last incarceration, I realized that I was never the type of person who went off of energy, right? See, now I really pay attention to people's energy because when your energy is off and it's not positive, it's my responsibility. Not my responsibility to change you.
That's right.
But it's my responsibility to make sure that I change me, continue to change me, and move myself out the way. You know what I mean? Not to disrupt anything that you have going on. If that's what the person want to be. But I learned now that it's more important for me to remove myself and learn that just staying positive. You know what I mean? And remain in a positive space. So a lot of places I used to enjoy going places. I don't go there. Not because not that I'm afraid to go there. It's just that, when you grow to a certain,
your lifestyle.
It's my lifestyle.
See, because it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
It's like you selling your product, your gear. That's a part of your extracurricular lifestyle. Right? Just like that's the same thing. I just chose to do go-go.
Yeah.
That was one of my release.
Right. And everybody got certain things to do.
And that's their own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's positive though. It's not, I ain't got nobody with that band. We ain't got no fight with the other band and nothing, you know what I'm saying? We just played the music. Now, I had to, at some point, I was like what Bruce said, at some point, I had to say I can't do this band thing. Because I kept seeing the same things happening. And I said, okay, let me take a look at me. So I take a look at me. I said, it ain't me. This is a culture. It's a culture. So I got to get up out of that. So every time I get a little itch or something, I was thinking, I was on stage with Major League a couple weeks ago for my birthday. And all I need is a couple minutes. I don't need to stand up there all day, trying to do a whole set. Because I just enjoy entertaining. And that's where I started for. But when I started, now I got to manage, promote, and entertain.
Right. With all you guys, I'm gonna ask this question, right? With all your perseverance in life, your goals that you met, the job that you obtained now, the job you obtained, y'all jobs, would you go to work for free?
I do what I do for free, but the payment ain't monetarily.
And I'm asking this for a reason.
Yeah, I do it for no money.
Would you?
It depends on what you mean by that.
So most of us will say, man, I do what I do for nothing. You know what I mean? Until you really get down to where you got to do something for nothing. So the reason I say that, right, for the last 90 days on my job, like I ain't been paid in a month.
Non-profit. Yeah, they do that.
You know what I mean?
I've been through that too.
But the crazy part about it is the old Bruce, 90 days ago, I'd have said, you know what, man, we ain't doing this. You know what I mean? Where my MF money at? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But
because you feel justified.
You feel justified.
But positive perseverance don't act like it.
No, I don't act like that.
That's what you get into. I got it, Bruce.
You know what I'm saying? They don't act like that. So, but I used to say, hey, man, I do this for nothing, man. You know, I enjoy that much until you have to do it.
Check us out. Check us out. It's funny you said that. So I know I got to share this. I was at a job called KAG, Community Action Group Southeast, right? So the lady who owned it, she's an older black lady, and she lost a contract for the treatment program. So all the contract she had was the social program. That's with the courts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only contract she had. So she told us she couldn't pay us every 2 weeks like we was getting paid because of losing that contract. She said, but I can make up for it when I get that lump sum at the end of the month. So,
but that's different.
But listen what I'm saying. Everybody jumped ship.
Yeah,
everybody took it to court and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
I stayed because of this new way of life. That's been poured in me to do stuff like that. So I stayed. Right. See, what you got to realize, you ain't the old Bruce.
Right.
See, but this is going away. Yeah, you ain't the old Bruce. Right. So you can keep on saying, "Well, man, this is the old Bruce." That's just some kind of fear setting in. Right. Fear ain't always a bad thing. Some kind of fear setting in. But you, protection. So, but you soldier through. I did the same thing, right? And I'm gonna tell you the benefits of positive perseverance. By me soldiering through, the last day I locked the doors, turned all the lights on in all 3 buildings, and then I gotta find another job. And I want to stay in the field. Yeah. So somebody told me about the job uptown, Northwest.
Where you at now?
No, I went there. I was there after I left that job. I went there for 2.5 years until COVID hit. Then they started firing everybody. But I was there, right? And the lady who's the CEO there, she and her knew each other. They were close friends. And she called her. And this is what she said. She said, hire him. That's the best employee I ever had. And not only did she do that, when that lady and them did that to us, and I had to go to, and I went to PIW, because I was at my last unemployment check, and the supervisor, it used to be a KAG, was running the substance abuse, what you call that, when you come in, detox floor. And he said, he called me when I'm getting ready to get my last check. He said, man, you need to come up here. Mm-hmm. And there was some perseverance involved because the dude at HR didn't want to hire me because 2 brothers trying to get another brother hired. Right. At the time, right? They do it all the time. Yeah. He's not there no more. And God used a white woman to take out my my resume. And she hired me, and then sent me back to him. God went another way. Right. They wouldn't hire me going through him. Right. So the white lady hired me, and then she gave me to him. Right. She was on another floor. She wanted me to work with the kids. She looked at my resume. She said, hey, your resume is impeccable. Mm-hmm. I said, but I'm supposed to be working with Thomas Moore. Mm-hmm. She said, oh, that's my buddy. She said, well, I'm going to go ahead and hire you. And then I'm going to send you downstairs to talk to you. Mm-hmm. I've been there ever since. Mr. Moore ain't there no more. That lady who hired me ain't there no more. God used people.
Right. No question.
But if I get, like Bruce said, I learned positive perseverance. It's me not getting in front of God, man.
And see, that's important. That's the important part. Because for me, I think I'm under surveillance more when I'm going through these little storms. You know what I mean? Because God watching to see how I'm gonna react to it. You know, if I'm gonna try to help him out, I don't need to help him. You know what I mean? So I think he watching me a little more. All of us, not just me. What we going through, you know, just to see if we really gonna say that we're gonna trust in him.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and emotionally blackmail you while I got you. At the 19th, I'll be going back to. You can go there before I go back, but go up there, man, and check out the church, man. We the church, but I'm just saying, go check the service out, man. I guarantee you, at the Harborside Hotel, man. On Sunday 11. Yeah. I'll be back on October 19th.
Oh yeah.
What
you working on?
I speak in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But the point I'm making is the atmosphere, the Pastor Q and all that, it's the type of atmosphere of guys like us.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that religious genre and all that. It's the truth. Mm-hmm. And most of us been through those things, and we got a positive persevere too. I know he do.
Right.
You know, I know his story. And man, guys like us need to. We need to. Right. Not should. We need to start supporting and uplifting one another, man. Get out of that old mindset that you was talking about.
You see, you know, like when I was coming up, man, you know, my mom had 8 brothers, right? And a lot of my uncles, and they lived in the South.
Okay.
But I couldn't go to one of my uncles and say, "Oh, man, I love you, man."
All right.
And get my hug. Right? Because he looked at me like, "Man, what's wrong with you?"
All right.
It's being soft, right? But see that, but men got to the point where they feel like it's a weakness to like uplift other brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stand with other brothers. You know what I mean? To I got like 4 or 5 dudes every morning, dog. When I get up every morning, first thing I do, after I talk to God, first thing I do, man, I send them a good morning, man, have a blessed day. Yeah. You know what I mean? I encourage them. You know what I mean? Because that's what we need to do as brothers. You know what I mean? As men. You know what I mean? We gotta learn how to encourage one another, man, and lift one another up instead of turn each other down.
It's the old saying, I need to be the change that I'm talking about. I want to see.
Yeah.
That's why we said start with the man in the mirror.
Right.
That's right.
You know, and that's why
that's like all about my brand, man. Connect.
That's right.
It's connect. It's time for us to connect.
Yeah.
Time for us to stop being divided.
Yeah.
Time for us to pull together.
Right.
Yeah. Time for, especially, you know, us, like you say, you know, we still here.
Yeah.
We still here.
I ain't here.
We can go down the line right now on all the people who ain't here.
Right.
Not here.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and some of them, if they're not dead, they just might as well be because they ain't never coming home.
Right. Exactly.
And then you got those brothers who still under the thumb of the system. We was talking about that.
So we did something right, man. Even though we went through our trials and tribulations.
But that was part of it.
We did something right.
See, like you talked about us going back basically to what we've been through. That's a spiritual principle. See, once I learned the skill set of the spiritual stuff, then I started understanding it, right? And I started knowing how to perform it. Like, it don't surprise me that God sent you back to the mental hospital. Right? He sent you back to Egypt. Right. Moses come out of Egypt. He said Moses where? Yeah, it makes sense. It's spiritual principles. So you ask, how do we do it, man? We need God and guidance. See, most of the time, man, the biggest problem with a lot of us, especially our people, and let's keep it 100, with our people, if we don't want nobody to show us nothing other than we can see it's going to benefit us.
That's right.
Yeah, we got to see it's going to benefit us. And we always think about benefiting us monetarily.
And then we don't want to take the steps that it takes to get to that point. I mean, they see you doing good. They want to latch onto you and get right where you at.
Yeah.
They don't even want.
They don't know what you've been through.
They don't want to go through kindergarten.
That's dangerous, though.
I like that.
It's dangerous.
because it's the same concept.
It's dangerous. You know what I mean? Because actually, the lesson is in the journey. You know what I mean? A lot of people want the final product of it, but for real, the struggle, the lesson was in the ups and the downs, the failures.
Oh yeah.
And you got to have that to sustain. You got to be able to go through that to sustain success. You know what I mean? Or sustain a different level of success. You know?
So to get some muscles, right? This is one of the sayings God gave me. To get some spiritual muscles, you got to lift some spiritual weights. You can't just get muscles with no definition if you don't do no work. And it's gonna be resistance. That's what weight is. Weight is resistance.
And then you know what happens sometimes it leads to envious. You know what I mean?
I just don't want to be the very thing that I despise though. If I don't like envious people, then I don't need to be envious. Right. If I know that I need to uplift some people and I need to, man, I'm gonna tell you the hardest thing. I'm gonna tell you the hardest thing I deal with is forgiving somebody who keep on giving you their butt to kiss. And I know I need to do it to free me, not them. So I can forgive them on this side, but when I have to interact with them and they still talking crazy, that's hard. That's hard. I'm telling you from experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta remove yourself.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
You gotta get somewhere.
I'm learning that. But I'm just saying that's one of the biggest issues. Because I can forgive anybody in my heart, right? But when like say Bruce did me wrong, and I'm just using that as an example. And then when I see you, we might be at the same goal or whatever. And then you still jumping out there. So because the enemy know what to use on certain people.
I got good at that.
He know what to use on certain people though.
Yeah, he do.
So like if you got a little self-pride or whatever, you say, I'm gonna attack that. You know what I'm saying? If you know, especially if you got the mentality where I came out of, so I know where he now start learning how he attacked me. I got the mentality, I don't care who he is or whatever.
And that's how you attack. You use it in different ways.
He used
the same. He used the same tricks. But
the same tricks. You said that earlier.
Dressed up different. You know
Yeah,
I mean?
it's still a gorilla.
Yeah,
They put lipstick on him.
Lipstick on his fingernails and paws on his fingers. Still a gorilla though.
Still a gorilla.
Still a gorilla.
Yeah, because and I'm just saying, we talking about perseverance, is having the skill set to know what to do when like you was talking about, when these things come down the pipe. What you think about that?
I'm just like this. Once I learn you, I'm not gonna keep on dealing with you in the same way no more. You're not gonna get the same me you had.
Right.
You know, you can, I used to be, more forgiving and like let people back in and keep on going back and forth with you, just trying to be a friend, trying to be, a good person.
And I understand that part. The part I was talking about. I understand that part. I ain't talking about that part because I can do that easy. I'm talking about when you bump into a person and they still jumping out there and you ain't did nothing to them.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Man.
It happens.
It happens all the time. It's just like you can do something to, like say for me, you having a problem, right? Then one of your friends that's not friends with me, they have a problem with me too.
Right.
And you might see them and you ain't done nothing to that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't like you because somebody else don't like you. Yeah. So you have how you deal with that. So now I just like,
But what we doing here for the viewers, we talking about realistic situations, man. That's all we doing. We talking about realistic scenarios, right? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you're doing the right thing and it don't seem to turn out right?
You gotta keep doing the right thing.
You gotta keep doing the right thing.
You gotta keep doing the right thing.
That's it.
Bingo.
Hey, look, exact answer. Exact right answer.
Yeah,
you gotta keep doing the right thing. So then check this out. He said it earlier. People want to get where you at without doing the work, right? Check this out, man. You know how many times I had to play for free with the band thing? Mm-hmm. Do you know before the band even got really noticed, I was already 8 years in? Before anybody even basically, y'all heard of them. 'Cause I used to play it and stuff, yeah. But outside
of that,
the go-go community and all that, they had no clue that SRB existed until social media. But I started the band back in 2010.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
That's 15 years ago.
15 years ago. Nobody, no, I played in all kind of little spots. I played in House of Chain over there off of Lipson Road in Fort Washington. Every Tuesday. Now I gotta go to work. Every Tuesday night for free. Ain't gotta pay the guy to run the board for.
Did you pay your band members?
Nah, a lot of band members didn't ask for money back then. They was hungry too.
They just wanted something to do.
Yeah. So I had some.
But when you on a journey, I mean, it's a different thing when you're on a journey. You know, I mean, and you on your own personal journey, and you believe in this, and you got passion about this. You'll take zero. You know, but just on a
that's
the
it's like you selling your product, right? That's part of the positive perseverance. Because you don't see the result yet. You don't see.
Oh, I give a lot of stuff away.
You have to.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's part of the building.
You have to. In order to, man, most people tell you, man, when you start a business, start doing something, you don't start seeing any type of return until 3 or 4 years down the line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it took you 8 years before you start seeing some results of it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, that's how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of the time, that's how it works. You know what I mean?
It was about 7 or 8 years. It was about that much. Yeah.
In the meantime, in between times, how you handle it, how you go through it, that positive perseverance you're talking about. You know what I mean? Because it ain't easy.
We talk about positive perseverance, but we talking about in the face of a whole lot of stuff.
Adversities.
Yeah, in the face of it. Well, you doing the right thing, man.
So I do. I
Stuff.
I go through it every day, man. For the last 90 days, I've been going through that for the last 90 days, having to get up, man, with a positive mindset.
You're a soldier, man.
Where my mindset don't affect the people, because they don't deserve. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't deserve.
You ain't gonna spit up on everybody else.
And they don't deserve that I come into work, with attitude. Yada yada. So I mean, I have to wake up every day. I have to wake up every day, man, with positive perseverance, man, to go in there and do my job.
Good that you are in tune with that.
Yeah, but you know what, calling my father, man, tell me, man, Bruce, man, I'm proud of you, right? Because they don't know who they. Right. I'd have been threatening people about my money and some more stuff. I want my money. You know what I mean? But
or you could have went the other way, got a lawyer and all kind of stuff.
Or I could have said, you know what?
Like some people did.
They ain't gotta pay. I'm gonna go do something else to make up for that. But I ain't thought about none of that. You know, the thought come.
Yeah.
Because
but you ain't got to act on it.
I ain't act on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what we talking about. Because you can't pay positive perseverance and then go do something negative.
Right.
And don't, I mean, the old bugaboos of the past always may pull up, maybe always. I ain't gonna say always.
That's what I was saying.
But I'm just saying, it gets, the grip of it gets lighter and lighter as you practice.
As you get.
Like, I don't entertain no crazy thoughts and probably jumping. I'm not doing that. I tell myself, man, I'm not doing that, man.
You 22, 23 years in, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's easy.
It really not.
I'm just starting the journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm being positive. You know
but here's a hit though, bro. I gotta stay consistent with what you said and doing the things that got me here. Right. I don't stop doing the things that I've been doing in the beginning. Right. I stay with the basics. Right. So I don't have to return to them. That's why I keep working, because what works. Yeah. Why I keep on changing up. Yeah. If you boxing and you keep on hitting the 2 jabs in the right hand, he open for a 2 jabs in the right hand. Why would switch it up for? If he open.
If them 3 punches working,
yeah, they working.
He get hit all day long.
My uncle used to say, Oh, you say he eating jabs and right hands. Eventually, he's gonna take his toll. That's the same thing with us practicing this positive lifestyle, right? Eventually, I guarantee you, if you stay on the course and keep doing what you're doing, eventually a breakthrough will come. I can't tell you when.
And you know, that's how I look at it. See, I got too much evidence
So
now.
what is their plan?
So the end result is as of Tuesday. So Monday, they sent out an email.
Okay.
This past Monday.
Okay.
Lean up a little bit because you got the soft talk.
Telling us that as of September 30th, we don't have a contract on. So I would be unemployed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this how God works, because I take my job, I do my job well. You know, I got compassion, empathy, and understanding.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Those three things God has blessed me with.
Right.
I've always had it. I just never tapped into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always had those characteristics. I just never tapped into it. So now, because I do my job well, so they told us that the county, Fairfax County, gonna take over the contract as of October 1st. So because it's a swift transition, they want everything to go smoothly. They picked up a temp agency, right? Where they allow people to
Work with the temp agency.
Work with the temp agency if they want to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you fill out a little quick application. They call you back. Well, a couple days later, last Friday, I get a call from one of my coworkers. He said, "Man, you get the email?" He said, "Man, we hit." I said, "What you mean? What email?" He said, "I just got an email telling them that they're not gonna bring us back. The people that work in the house. I work in PHS house, I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
But permanent supportive housing.
Yeah.
So they said the people working in permanent supportive housing, Fairfax is not gonna pick up their contract.
Right.
So I told him, this is what I told him. I said, "Look, man, I ain't get that email."
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that God ain't deliver my mail to nobody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Cole, you heard what I said? He ain't gonna send my mail.
Just go on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't belong to me. That's how I'm looking at it, right? I got to keep it positive. I'm looking at it. So I get off last Friday. Get off, and I drive all the way across town. I go to my favorite. One thing about when I like doing something, I like doing. I go all the way to my favorite gas station on the south side. I get my gas, get in the car, my phone ring. It's an area code. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
But God said, "Man, answer the phone."
Mm-hmm.
Answer the phone. It's the people asking me that I want to stay on. You know what I mean? On the onboarding process. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like I said, the email wasn't for me, even though we work in the same house.
Yeah. That's what I said.
His
Personal journey.
His email reached him.
Personal journey.
You know what I'm saying? His email reached him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a personal journey.
Personal journey. You know what I mean? So I like to attest that to my work habit.
Yeah.
You know how I approach my job.
Question.
You know what I mean? Because even though they said they want to retain the people that work in the house I work in, God seen fit to keep me, you know, with a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I had for the last 90 days, if I had act out any other way, you know, as far as not getting paid, something like that,
Right.
you think I'd had this opportunity?
No.
That's right. See, like I don't,
Right.
I
I
don't.
wouldn't have the opportunity, right?
You said something earlier,
Right.
and I don't want people to brush past it. They make you rewind and hear what you said. You said you have evidence.
Yeah.
See, once you start doing this life, after a while, you get evidence that it works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, I got evidence now.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm going back to that. I got evidence about that too.
Right.
The old lifestyle.
Right.
I got evidence that don't work.
Right.
And I got evidence is a whole bunch of drama and lifestyle I don't want.
Right.
But I've been on this path and I got evidence now.
Right.
So I know my fingernails is growing. You know, in a sense, that metaphor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know that there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
It's funny you used that metaphor earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
About the fingernail, right? Because I remember, man, back 6 years ago, right? I'm trying to come on my cell, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to close the door, but I'm trying to close it softly. I caught my finger in the door, and it didn't hit hard, but hard enough
Right.
that it created a blood clot
Yeah.
in it, right? And the blood clot made the nail have a hole in it right here. In the bottom of my nail had a hole in it.
Yeah.
And I used to, man, I'm locked. I'm in 22-2 for like first 9 months.
Yeah.
And I used to sit there and try to watch and see that joker grow. You know what I'm saying? That's so much time, man, but I never seen it grow, bro. You can't see it.
Yeah.
I never seen it grow.
I ain't just
But
saying
slowly but surely.
But believe it, it's growing around the clock.
But
Yeah.
slowly but surely that hole
It's
to
growing around
close
the clock.
up. You know what I'm saying?
See?
Right.
See?
Yeah.
In time.
In time.
But usually, man, you know, I wanted to use this metaphor about. I tell the clients all the time. I say recovery is getting on the roller coaster. I said let's use that metaphor. Getting on the roller coaster. I said, what was told to you when you first got on the roller coaster?
Put your seatbelt on.
Strap in.
Strap in, yeah.
Gotta make sure you're secure.
Right.
And then they tell you something else on the ride.
Keep your hands inside.
Keep your hands inside. I said, because you start meddling with God's stuff. You keep your hands to yourself. Let God take you on the ride.
Yeah.
Because once you go on the ride, you don't have no control how the ride gonna go. But you just go on it. And I say, when you don't get off, I say getting off represent going and taking that first one or whatever substance you like, right? I said that represents getting off. I said, but if you stay on to the end, you're gonna enjoy the ride.
If you stay on to the
If you stay on to the end. And the ride
as long
gonna
as
do
you
a
don't
lot
get
of
off of it.
as long as you don't get off.
Yeah.
Because that represents getting one. And as long as they don't do that, man, you stay on, you follow the instructions on, because that ride may take some turns, it might take some drops, it might go through a tunnel and stop. You gotta wait till they fix it if it stops. You gotta depend on some people. Huh?
Right.
You gotta depend on another power, not yourself. You got to. And that's what we the summary of what we're talking about is, man, this positive perseverance that me and these guys been talking about tonight is sometimes, man, if I don't know what to do, man, don't do nothing. Stay out of God's his handiwork. But it like you said, it's a learning process. And it's something you practice. I cannot think my way into a new way of living. I have to learn how to live my way into a new way of thinking. I found that out to be true. But it took God and guidance. I had to get humble. I said, man, I don't know nothing about that. Like this approach that you do. If I wanted to learn how to do this, I would go to you and say, man, how you do this jump? I don't know nothing about it.
That's how I get sometimes, man. You know, at 58 years old, you know, being, you know, hanging in the streets as long as I did, and, you know, changed my life as I got older. There's a lot of things I felt I was hard on myself, right? It still is, because a lot of things at a 58 years old, 58-year-old man, some of the things I don't know how to do. You know
And
what I mean?
it's all right.
And it's but I had to learn. I had to be humble enough to say, you know,
It's
it's
all
okay.
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I first came home 5 years ago, the sit down and do a 401k plan. How much I wanted to put into, you know, my Lex and all that. I ain't know nothing about it. And I was embarrassed.
Man, I still don't know how to do that.
You know what I'm saying? I was embarrassed to ask. You know, still to the day you find out some
I don't know how to do that. You got one up on me. But I got a good partner.
They got a good partner, right?
Yeah, I got a good partner. She know how to do all
So I
that.
do all that, right. Yeah.
So I mean, and that's how it really worked too, in another sense, where I may have strong, you know, I give you an example. We was talking about, you know, friendship and stuff like that. You and Rick, me and Marvin, right? Since we was kids.
Right.
All this money together since we was kids. Man, Marvin don't talk that much. He's not social. He really not social, right?
Right.
I'm social.
Right.
I'm a people person.
Right.
But I'm all right with it.
Right.
It's like you know, if people don't know me, they think you know, that. I'm pressed to see them and all that. Pressed to be around them or whatever. That's my heart.
That's your
See,
heart.
I'm an eye with my heart.
But you always been that way.
Always been like we play football against each other
You always been like that.
as rec league, right?
Okay.
But my family live down the south side. I might be down there at Lee as a kid, man, playing basketball with Bruce and them in the gym. Like I live down there.
Right.
And that's who God made me.
You
So
always been that way.
it's always about being all right with who you are, man.
Yeah, no question.
You know, and that's part of the positive perseverance. Once
See,
you,
Corn was down there too, though. Well,
yeah,
I don't know back then, but that's where I got tight with Corn at down the south side.
see,
But see, I've been everywhere in Alexandria. I grew up in the
Yeah,
Bird.
right. You grew up in the Bird?
I grew up, yeah, like all my younger years was in the Bird. Yeah. Like up until 12. Then I moved uptown because my mom had mental illness.
that's
So-
what I remember. Y'all cool. I remember.
So she
yeah,
used to go back and forth to the hospital all the time.
Mhm.
So I had to go
uptown,
So my mother's sister lived uptown on Patrick Street.
right? That's why I remember your town. That's what I'm talking about.
And
Yeah.
then after my mom died, she died when I was like 14. I went to go live with my grandmother, which was out in Delray.
Yeah.
So plus I lived up in the village for.
What part you live in Delray?
I live on Ashby Street, like right about 2 doors down from Snyder.
Okay,
Remember
Walter
Snyder,
Snyder on
right?
that side street. Yeah. That's a little street.
Mhm.
And what's it called? They lived up at the top of the street. They ain't corn too. The old dudes.
Richard,
My
Richard,
man,
man.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
You see Sean?
Hmm?
Sean. Bible. Sean used to be with Snyder now.
Little Sean?
Yeah, license Sean.
He used to be with Snyder.
I saw him at the
Yeah, they
Delray.
used to be with Snyder all the
I saw him
time.
at the Delray.
They used to call him.
Sean lived up in the village
Yeah,
back in
Sean
the day.
lived there.
That's my man.
They used to call dude Taz.
Yeah.
Taz. Remember Taz? Taz. They used to call him Tasmanian Devil. You remember Taz? I don't remember his name, man. He used to be with Snyder, and he used to like to smoke that PCP.
You know, my cousin hung with Snyder. Joe Ledbetter. Oh,
Yeah.
them was tight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 They was tight. Snyder. Oh, because all of them played football together.
Mhm.
All of them played on the team.
Joe Ledbetter was serious.
That was my cousin. That was my
Yeah.
sister's a Ledbetter. Valerie.
Is his son in the league?
Yeah.
Who he played with?
Well, last team he was with was Cardinals. I don't know. I gotta talk to him. He was with the Cardinals. He you know, I don't want to tell where he might be going, but he might be getting closer to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, that's another thing, you know. His journey was his journey because he's the only child never met Joe. He was in his mama's belly at 8 months when Joe passed.
Whoa.
Never met his dad.
Yeah, never met his dad.
Never met him.
And now look at this. All of them play sports, right? The other children, he the youngest, right? And he the only one made to the league. And Joe was supposed to make to the league. Ended up hurting his knees and stuff. But we all thought Joe was a shoe-in to make it to the NFL. Right? And then here's a son, now God do things that you never even met,
Made it completed your journey.
complete the journey.
That's the same way. What's called the same way? Trayvon and Stephon Diggs' father.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Same
right,
way.
same way.
You know, when they were kids, man, he was hard on them boys.
But
man.
see,
he
I
knew-
see him work with them boys.
But he knew
Yeah.
at a young age that they was going to the league. He knew this at a young age.
He's
he knew-
talking about.
He knew both of them was going into the NFL, man.
Yeah,
But he never got a chance to see them.
he never got
He
a
never
chance.
got a chance to see them in college.
Right.
He never seen them in college.
I ain't never seen.
But
But he
knew-
put them. I remember he was putting them in leagues of fans.
Yeah, he had them in Pop Warner League.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But he
Because
never-
you know
he
that
never got a chance.
I used to see Avon with 7-Eleven at on Columbus. He used to be in the house over there. Somebody's house was over there. He used to be over there and getting the board.
His
They
arm
were
was
little.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I tell you, man. You never know your journey, man. I mean, like it's.
Even grew up down in the Bird too.
Yeah, he lived on my street too, though.
Before he moved to Del Rey.
Yeah, he lived right on my road
Yeah.
on Westmont.
Yeah.
I lived on Westmont on the end just before you.
That was in the 70s when he lived in the
Mhm.
Bird.
Yeah,
We all did. Me, Um, and
These are towns in
and
Alexandria,
Wesley,
y'all. So we gotta let the people know that we on.
Anthony
These are
Bond,
towns.
Eddie.
Yeah, these are towns in Alexandria, Virginia, and areas. So y'all getting a little homegrown stuff going on here.
Right.
But all this ties in, man, because you gotta stay the course, man. You know, and one thing before Avon did that, he was staying the course with those boys. You know, and you know, Joe was leading a positive lifestyle before he died. He was leading no negative lifestyle. He never been in the street. You know what I'm saying? So just staying on track, man. You get to do stuff that you love to do. You get to do this. I get to start a band and stay consistent. Like that word consistent is the key.
So just like when I was in incarcerated, my goal, one of my goals was to work in a shelter. One of my goals was to drive a tractor trailer.
Did all that.
One of my goals was to work on the highway where I used to look out the window and see all those things. I said,
Even did.
And then I came home the first 5 years. I made them goals in the first 5 years, and I done completed all of them. But then I got to the point where I like, hey, I done completed. You know what I'm supposed to do now?
Right.
I ain't supposed to celebrate. Celebration, man.
Not that type of celebration. But see, I found a way to celebrate without that type of celebration.
So what I did, I just said, I set 5 more.
Check this out. I'm getting ready to give you a new way to look at things. Look at this celebration right here. Yeah. We celebrating life. We sitting here chopping it up, even though we on view by others. But this is real. We sitting there chopping it up, even with the camera wouldn't have been on.
That's right.
We would still be talking the same way. Absolutely. So to have genuine connections, man, it's a start. You know, and like we said, we talking spiritual principles, not religion. You know, Jesus had, Christ, he had 12 close guys and hung with him, right? But they influenced everything else around them because of their unity. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it can start with just a few good men, a few good women, a few good people.
That's right. And like you said, what you're not good at, you just, be in the company of somebody that is. And
that's how you give y'all a secret. That's how I used to pick the band. I had to be honest with God give everybody gifts.
That's right.
One of my gifts was putting stuff together. So if you strong at keeping timing or keeping or either rapping or keeping doing hype stuff, I'm a lead talker, right? And if I'm missing something, I need somebody to compliment what I do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Well, I'm not strong. I don't sing. Right. I need somebody to sing. Right? And it's got to be able to mesh. You just can't have nobody just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I wanted to play something for you. I do own the music. Let me see if I can get this. Y'all give me 1 minute.
Hey, did you say you do own the music?
I do own it. Yeah, they can't get me on that.
They can't get you on that.
Yeah, I do own it.
You do own the music.
I do own this one. Let me. Right here, real quick. I want y'all to hear something. This was at the hashtag.
Hashtag.
This is something that we did. This thing don't act right.
been running?
Nah. Not Charlie Derrick.
He play with you?
Hey, man,
He played with me earlier.
what Fluky at? No, Fluky.
But you didn't go there. You didn't go to Carolina Valley. The Ovation played with that joint.
Did it? I ain't seen Fluky man in a minute.
All right, so I just played a little bit of it just because that's something that you know you can sit back and say, man, you know, I did this.
Yeah, you agree.
Right.
I created something. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just played it for a few minutes because that's the evidence. The evidence you was talking about. If you stay on the path, it gets better. Like Scotty, you was talking about, he played with me like back in 2011.
I'm gonna tell you the other thing important. No, timing is everything.
Timing,
Oh, yeah.
timing
Mhm.
is key.
everything, man.
So, but who timing got the best time? Mine's or God?
God's time. It's always God's time.
See, that's the key.
Mhm.
Keep my hand up. You know, when I don't know, I'm a grandma's boy too. Like you know, my grandmother died when I was 14. My father's mother, Miss Ledbetter,
Right.
she
right.
died when I was 14. Right, and she raised me. And I called her mom.
Right.
But I remember when she take that wooden spoon. If you try to go in her pot,
Mhm.
like, you know what happened when you try to go. Exactly.
It wasn't none of that.
That's what God do.
Yeah.
Same thing.
The same thing. Stay out. I got this. I tell you, man. Sometimes the best thing to do when you don't know what to do,
I'll say he chastises children, man.
all of them.
Mhm.
So what we've been through, it man, people miss it. You know, I like one of my co-workers said this, and I like to. He said to internalize. You take someone else and make it your own, right? He always say that my trials that I went through was my orientation for my calling. I said that's right. What I've been through was my orientation. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have no testimony. I wouldn't have nothing to tell nobody, man, that it's doable.
Yeah.
People that come out of mental health, you wouldn't have nobody to tell them, look, man, I went through that too.
So you know, it's so fulfilling, right? Because when I first started in this, well, I ain't gonna say this field. When I first started this job here, you know, I had a few people that was like wouldn't get out of bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I used to have to take their medication to them to take their medicine.
Yeah.
But even though they was in that state, my responsibility, I felt my responsibility was to encourage them to get them out of that state.
Right.
And as time go on, you see the evidence
Mhm.
The evidence.
of you encouraging,
Yeah.
of you having compassion for other people, and they start getting stronger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right
They
before
start-
your eyes.
Right before your eyes.
I
just
mean-
like that nail you talk about, bro.
Yeah, he like
You can see
that.
this though.
But,
You know
but
what I'm
how about this? If you can understand planting and reaping, then you should understand somewhat how God works.
Yeah.
When you plant a seed, right, in the ground, you it don't just grow right away. You don't get no plant or no fruit
Oh, yeah,
or
wait a
no
minute.
harvest right away.
Yeah, wait a little bit.
And what do you do with the spot where you plant it?
What you mean? What you do?
You water.
Water. You gotta water.
So you nurture it,
Yeah.
huh?
Right.
You nurture something you don't even see.
Yeah.
You watering a spot.
And hoping they grow.
Mhm. That's right.
And then when it starts sprouting and come through, first of all, you got to realize this: a stem that comes from a plant or whatever is very fragile. How did it get through patted down rocks and hard ground? It don't have no point on the end of it. How did it make it through? If you can tell me that, man, I'd like to know because I don't know.
It's the same way. How do well, now that I think I know, like a bird when they lay the egg and the chick hatch the egg. They say if you take and bust the egg open,
You kill him.
you kill it.
Yeah,
So they say the chick gotta hammer away at the egg.
his
from
own
the
self.
inside. His own self.
Itself.
Inside.
He got to break it and come
He
out.
gotta break it and come out.
Yeah, and that's part of the resistance. That's part of building spiritual muscle.
Yeah.
He got to break. And if you mess with a caterpillar when he's spinning his cocoon, you kill it. It's got to form, and then he got to break itself out and be a butterfly. Transform.
So that's the process we was talking about.
The key word. The
The
process. See, I gotta trust the process that God had for me, and keep you. And who said it? I don't know. I ain't never. I just want y'all to know. I didn't tell him that either. When I asked that question, what do you do the right thing? And you gotta keep doing the right thing. In due time, you reap some harvest.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah, in due time, don't stop. And the reality is, man, that principle you always had it. When we would get up to go cut up in the street, we knew what we was gonna accomplish, and we accomplished.
That's right.
So Boo, now I understand, right? Because at one time I ain't understand this, right? Because you start to live better, you start to live right, you start to do things correctly, right? And then you start experiencing setbacks. You start experiencing little nuggets here and there, right? And before you get to the point of changing, you think I don't know if everybody thinks this, but I did for myself. I thought when you started doing better, you started to change, that you don't have no more problems. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't why I work.
But I used to think that. You know what I'm saying? I used to think that. But I know, shoot, the stronger you get, the more problems you get.
That's right.
Yeah.
The more you elevate, the more.
But you're supposed to get better equipped.
You're supposed to get better equipped. Yeah.
That's it. More skill.
Right.
More skill. Like.
See, that's how you get the evidence.
Like I used to work with this when I was young. I worked with this bricklayer company, right? So I was a bricklayer helper. I wasn't no bricklayer,
right.
But I observed something that now it makes sense to me.
Right.
To have a good foundation, you had to make a good cornerstone, right? Or not, that building gonna fall. Sooner or later, it's gonna lean or whatever. It's not gonna be sturdy. So whoever made the cornerstone got to be very skilled. And I remember it was only one old dude who cut that cornerstone when he made a foundation. It wasn't a whole bunch of people could do that. It was just one old dude. And I seen him take a trowel, one of the things they put the mortar on and hit a brick. Cut that joint just right. He's skilled. Everybody don't have that skill set. But once you develop, he said, man, it's easy for me.
It's nothing.
Yeah, he said it's nothing. He's seen it different than a lot of them. He said, it's a string right there and that little brick right there. I don't want that brick. Give me another. Because I'm going to make this cornerstone. It's got to be right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see no strain in a brick.
He quit.
He quit. So that's why I say God and guidance. You talking about how we're going to live a new way of life? You need God and guidance. And get with somebody, man, that's doing what you want to do and let them show you. That's the key thing about positive perseverance. Everything we talking about is a skill set. Doing this, man, back to this, ain't that a skill set?
Absolutely.
Everybody just can't do that and put that AVA just right.
And you gotta have
it's a certain measurement from the chin and all that. Am I right?
And you gotta have a vision.
Yeah. Right. Well, you had a vision, then you gotta have the skill set to do it.
Well, I taught myself.
But
I taught myself.
But you learned from something.
I kept watching YouTube videos.
I said you learned from something.
Don't you draw?
No, but I've always had a talent with being able to organize things and do. I always liked art. Always been into art, but I couldn't draw.
I could have sworn that you should make them cartoon characters.
Nah, man. Really? I wish that's the only gift I don't have.
See, my daughter got that gift.
See, I can relate him to what he's doing to me lead talking, right? I can't sing or carry a note.
Right.
But I know how to put it together. Huh? Make it sound like
So that's
Absolutely. I can
my-
put it together.
Yeah, I really
I
yeah.
can
My
put it
daughter
together.
artist, and in August, January 2017, she said, "Dad, in August, I'm moving to Spain."
Yeah, you told.
She wanted to pursue her career in art.
That's what's up. And
So-
that's a good place to go.
So she, I found out internally, I'm like, yeah, right. Spain, you don't know the language over there. You know how you gonna
It don't
you
matter.
not speak the language. You know, that's what I'm thinking internally.
Don't
But I
matter.
ain't speaking that to
Don't
her.
matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't speak it to
I
her.
found myself at Reagan National Airport August 1st, 2017, crying like a baby.
She
Right.
going to
'Cause
Spain.
I don't got no passport. I can't get to Spain like I can get to Midwest.
Right.
You know, get to her. So I was like distraught. You know, my baby, you know, my oldest, you know, she in Spain. I can't get to her, but that's what she went over there to pursue her career in art. And she been over there ever since, man. She said she ain't never come
Last
back.
time I talked to
I
you,
know
you was
that's
talking
right.
about you spoke to her or something.
No, I talk to her all the time.
I know
Yeah.
that's
You know, we
right.
talk all the time.
That's
you know,
good though. I
We
like that.
face,
I
we,
like,
we,
I
we
like that.
FaceTime, we talk all the time.
Like
The crazy part about it, a couple of weeks ago, right? She was heavy on my heart. Heavy, dog. She was heavy on me. She was going through something. I was, you know, like I said, she in Spain, in Barcelona. She live in Barcelona. I'm in the United States. I can't get to her.
Mhm.
I can't pull up on her, lay
Right,
eyes on her.
right.
So I'm on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and I see one of my buddies say he was in Barcelona to catch the bullet train to Madrid.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, said my daughter live in Barcelona. I hit him on Facebook. He said, man, find out where she at, and I can. And he don't know what's going, how I'm feeling. He don't know my emotions that I've been feeling for the last couple weeks. He don't know none of this. He said, man, call her, and I wrap, you know, pull up on her and wrap my arms around her for you.
Right.
Oh man, that's
So I said, hold on. I said, let me call her. So I called her. I said, Britt, how far you live from this hotel? I can't remember the name of the hotel.
Yeah.
She said, Dad, I'm 5 minutes from there. I said, go ahead. She said, it's a 5-minute walk.
That's how close it is.
And she stayed on top of the mosque. He a Muslim guy. She stayed on top of the mosque that he was going to.
Anyway.
You know, I mean, he'd been going there. He had been in Spain for a few days.
Yeah.
But he had been walking from his hotel, going to the mosque to pray.
Right.
Not knowing that my daughter lived upstairs.
Wow.
So that go back to what we've been saying. Who? God
Right.
and guidance,
Guidance.
man. See, because the God was the one that put all that together, right?
Right.
But then the guidance was when you did some work and seen the guy was in there, and then you called him. You gotta ask. If you don't get, you know, another spiritual principle, man, you have not
Because you asked now.
because you asked that.
Hey, but how ironic is that, though? You hear me?
It don't surprise me no more.
No, don't surprise me either.
It don't surprise me no more, man. It ain't no mysterious way.
No,
It's God's way.
that's right. That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
It's nowhere that he said I work in mysterious way. He said I'll let you know exactly. We friends. I'm gonna let you know exactly what I'm doing.
Him and his wife was in Spain.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, I had been worried about it.
Is that your daughter?
My daughter's on the left. So I had been worried about it, and like I said, that was God's confirmation. Let me know that she was all right.
That's all right,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
There you go. That's all right.
That's my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the green,
yeah, no, not with the green and white. She's on the left.
with the
With
black.
the black.
Yeah,
Okay.
the black. Yeah, Brittany, 36.
Awesome.
That's great, man.
How's her career coming along?
Oh man, she loved it. So what she doing now, man? She was going to school and everything. So what happened was when she first went over there, she just had to come back every year.
Yeah.
To renew her visa.
Right.
Then she got in school, so she would do that a couple times.
Yeah.
Then she got in school, and she had to renew her visa. Well, she asked for a year work visa first. She
Yeah.
got there for like 2 years. Then she started getting 2-year visas. She had to come back every 2 years, but then she got in school where she ain't had to come back no more.
Citizenship.
They no, not citizenship, but they would renew her visa automatically.
Automatically.
Okay.
Because she's in school.
Right.
So now she got engaged. So she working on becoming a citizen and stuff.
Okay.
She met one of the guys from over there.
Now he from Italy.
Okay.
Yeah, he from Italy. So they came here back in January. I met them. I've been knowing them for a few years,
Okay.
but I finally got a chance to lay my eyes on them back in January.
See, these are things. 'Cause I want the people to know, man. These are the things that happen when you persevere. You wouldn't even be available when you live in that other lifestyle. You could either be dead in jail
Yeah.
or somewhere,
Using drugs.
yeah, or anything. Yeah, wouldn't be available.
So, they came in January. It was the first time I, got a chance to see them personally. And I watched them because, you're in a foreign country, because it's a foreign country to him,
Mm-hmm.
be around people that you don't know. So I wanted to see how he interacted
Right.
with her family.
Right.
And I never seen him uncomfortable, dog.
Wow.
He blended in right. He Italian. You know what I mean? Young dude, but he real mature.
Well, their way of life is different. Their way of life is, that family type,
Yeah,
setting, and so it was comfortable for him to, just fit in.
The
And melt
Italians,
in.
they love family.
yeah, they love family.
They
Family
huge
means
on
everything
family.
to them.
They
And
huge on family.
that's another spiritual principle.
Mhm.
Charity starts at home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It starts with your intermediate family,
Right.
and then it spreads to your extended family and so forth.
Right.
That's a spiritual principle.
So the blessing and all that, man, even with the life that I've lived, to have my child, my daughter, thriving in life, doing the things that make her happy,
Yeah.
right?
And
Doing
to
the
go
things,
abroad, get away from
define yourself, because it took her to go all the way to another country
Right.
to really find her internal peace. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what's really touching for me is the relationship that her and I continue to have all the way from Europe
Mhm.
to home without me having a passport or nothing to be able to get to her, right?
Right.
But she tell me all the time, Daddy, that's gonna be the happiest day of my life when you able to come to Spain.
Mm.
That's the first trip I'm gonna take when I'm able to get my passport, you know what I'm saying? But man, just to have technology is awesome now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can
Oh,
get
yeah.
on the phone, man, it'd be like we sitting right here, video, chatting, all that FaceTime.
Mhm.
I had one because, like I said, today is my granddaughter's birthday. I'm 3 years old, and she at Chuck E. Cheese right now, right? And my daughter FaceTime before the show, but she was so busy running, but she still took time out and said, "Hey, Papa."
Mhm.
Had old Brian laughing the camera, yeah, because she even though she was distracted, she had Chuck E. Cheese now, everything
Right.
look exciting, but she started to say, "Hey, Papa,"
Mhm.
and and I'm able to be available, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Your daughter probably admire you more than you talking about her with the job and the career. Because of what you're doing, man. Let me tell you something. My number one thing, soul winning. That's my number one thing. Everything I do is geared to soul winning.
Yeah.
So for Christ, you know what I'm saying. So I'm an imperfect man. He perfect,
Mhm.
but when your heart is in the right place and you living right, man, you are a bigger hero than you think you are.
So, man, to hear
You-
my kids tell me, man, how much they love me and how proud they are.
See,
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because I raised hell, for a long time, man. Missing birthdays, not even being incarcerated, just being in the lifestyle of the
Right.
streets. You know what I mean? Being absent. You know what I'm saying? To have my children, you know what I mean, respect me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's
that's
number
big.
That's number one,
That's
number
big.
one.
to respect me.
Where do you think that comes from?
For the upbringing.
From what we talking about?
From the upbringing. Even though I was raised right. So I was raised on principles, morals, and respect.
So you got back to it.
You get back to it, because
Yeah.
you don't never lose it.
Yeah, you don't lose
never
it.
lose it.
You start to see that way ain't working for you.
You don't never lose it. It's always there. You know what I mean? Same way. It's like one of the things I realized, man, was the worst thing could ever happen to me from 2019 up forward. The worst thing that can ever happen to me from that period to now was me being out of position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being out of position where I can't receive God's grace and his mercy and his blessings on my life.
Well, he still was giving you that, but you was out
He
of
was still
position.
he was still giving me
for
the grace and mercy.
You was out of position
his
what you
favor.
get now.
Yeah, what I'm getting now.
Yeah.
Now,
No, he
always
gave you a
been-
favor because he saved you
Yeah.
through all your calamity,
Well, that's
all
the
the
grace
stuff we
and
went
mercy.
through.
That's
Yeah,
the
grace and mercy
mercy.
is favor.
Yeah.
It's favor.
Yeah.
Everybody don't get it.
Yeah.
So, but what happens is now you start reaping some harvest because you're not interrupting the process.
Right.
See, when you interrupt the process, then you don't pull the weeds up prematurely or the plant up
Or the crop.
prematurely. The crop, yeah. You don't pull the crop up with the weeds.
So that's where you come back. You go back to the harvest. You
Yeah.
plant something, it'll grow if you start.
In time. And he the one make it grow. We plant and water.
So yeah,
That's
so
all
now-
we do.
So like now, man, it's real uplifting, man, to be in a place that I am spiritually, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable, man, how God can bring things full circle. You know what I'm
And
saying?
see, he do it though, man, because I'll tell you, man, I pray a lot and I listen a lot. I learn how to listen to God, man.
Yeah.
Because praying ain't no good if I ain't listening.
Or if you can't hear him.
Or if I can't hear him. But I don't have to physically hear him. I see his handiwork in all my life. It don't surprise me no more, man. And then the stuff that happens, like, I lost a child, man, when I was 12 years in this process of new lifestyle.
Really?
I lost a child, my firstborn.
Wow.
She was 23 years old.
Wow.
So she's been around for a while.
Wow.
And I got one daughter
Lord,
left.
I haven't had that experience.
I got one daughter left. That's the one I got the baby. That's my only child
Really,
left.
you too?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm
That's
just
all
saying,
God.
man, all that's part of God's divine plan. I don't know why. See, like, until I see him face to face, outside this form we in now, I'd be like, that was the best thing happened to her. It could be something like that. I don't know. But I just know that he has my best interest in her. See, I gotta trust that. Because I know, man, all the times when I was cutting up in the street, I only trusted God and make sure that people there, when I get over it, make sure the liquor store is open.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I hope what you come up there with that smoke.
Yeah.
Let me get a package so I can make some money. All kind of stupid stuff. I was using like a genie.
But
Come on.
that wasn't God, though.
Huh?
That wasn't God you talking
No, but I'm saying that was my perspective.
That was your perspective, yeah.
Yeah, but I just knew, like, real deep down that he wasn't gonna leave me like that.
He wasn't gonna leave you.
Yeah, leave me in that condition of that lifestyle.
In that mess, yeah.
In that lifestyle, man, I just knew I didn't know how he was gonna do it, but I know I wasn't gonna die in that lifestyle or death style. I just knew it. I don't know how.
That's awesome.
I just knew he wasn't gonna leave me like that.
A lot of people don't know.
Right.
A lot of people never get opportunity to get out of that
See,
lifestyle.
I don't know about nobody else. I can tell you, man. I remember walking and crying because I want to change, but I just didn't know how.
Right.
I can talk about it today.
You preach it to the choir, Jack.
Yeah. I didn't know how, but now I'm starting to learn the process and how the mechanics are. I started letting people guide me, man. I remember I was up in Second Genesis, man, and the council dude, he took me in the office. He said, man, you think the whole world out to get you. And man, to be honest, I did. That was the mindset I had. I had defense against everything. And he said, man, you think that we ain't got nothing else to do but sit here and plot against you? Crazy. Yeah. And my uncle used to say that. My uncle, the boxing coach Fred, Uncle Fred Ledbetter, he used to say, crazy, mother. You talking about me?
Fred used to be the coach of the Rat.
That's my uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my father's only sibling.
Really?
Yeah, my father the oldest.
Okay.
I told you Val and Goo and Donnell, they're my father kids. We got the same dad, different mom.
So man, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking, man,
And my mother got two other kids, Tabitha and Tavares.
it's a blessing, man, to be sitting here with y'all.
I'm the oldest.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah, it is, man.
Then the history that we had,
Right.
each our rapport is different, with one another. But nonetheless, we know one another. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We hung around each other, we've been around each other, but to be sitting on this couch, man, with a different mindset, different conversation.
That's the whole,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
and that's why we do this.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the whole purpose we do this, man.
right.
You know, that reason right there, man. That somebody else can watch this, man, and not latch on to what used to be, latch on what it is. And we telling you, man, we basically giving you the handbook or the blueprint. Man, if you positive persevere, man, in spite of
That's right.
everything ain't gonna look like it's turned out your way. But if you doing the right thing, got your heart in the right place, man, I guarantee you, from experience, that it turn out good for you, man. You trust God.
Yeah.
Even when it don't look like it's turned out good, it still turned out good. Let me tell you else what happened. I think I told Bruce before. I told you about my daughter passing just a few minutes ago. Right? I do a meeting out in Arlington, North Arlington, every other week. I bring speakers there and and the biggest audience that comes through there every other week is a female treatment center called the Demeter House out in Arlington. And I got a rapport. Relationships are very important. I got a rapport relationship with the directors.
Okay.
So I called them personally on their personal phone and say, bring the girls. And I remember, man, that meeting was going to fold, man. Me and another guy, we the only ones was keeping it together for a while. But when them girls came in one day, it started making sense. I looked out there and see all them young girls of very different race. God said, "That are your daughters."
Give you a bunch. Give you a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Give you a bunch of them.
And a lot of them girls don't have no father figure or nothing.
Right.
And now listen, last week, the lady who's the supervisor of the place, she's my new contact, right? Come to find out she got 3 years clean. And she celebrated 3 years at our place last week.
Awesome. That's what's up.
And she was in there when they used to come in 3 years ago. She was in the same place now she's supervisor.
Yeah, that's supervisor.
Wow.
And she
That's how it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened. And she said she remember coming there and I'm leading that meeting when she was in there. I've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, that's the rewarding part of it.
Man, I can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, that's the rewarding part.
But if I don't positive persevere, if I let something sidetrack me and make me go back to the old lifestyle,
And that helps somebody else positive persevere.
That's right.
You know, that you hosting that meeting, help that young lady have some positive perseverance later on, that she can come full circle with you 3 years later, clean,
come on.
and share that experience with you.
Yeah.
You probably didn't remember her until she said
I really did. I'm not gonna be lying because I done seen a whole lot of them come through there.
Right.
Certain ones you might remember, you know. But
And you know the saying, man, if you have 50 people in a room and you touch one, you did your job.
yeah.
So that's your reward right there.
But,
dog.
but
Just to
I
have that
keep seeing stuff just like you give your story, you gave your story. You know,
evidence.
it's evidence, man. But see, what happens is if I'm working off my feelings, then I don't persevere. Then I start putting my hand in God's pot,
Right.
and then I get the wooden spoon.
Right.
That's what happens every time.
And doing service work, you got to be careful, man. When you're doing service work, to make sure that you're doing it with a pure heart, you know, a clean heart. You know what I mean? Because even because it can go both ways. You can be a positive influence, or you can.
But see,
even negative.
but here's good. Is my life God guided or not? Like even my negative, God gonna turn to some positive.
Well, that's some people in that field, in the field that we're in, some people in it for the money.
But that's them.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
personal journey.
Yeah, personal journey. Yeah.
That's the personal journey. See, man, no longer do I use some people. No longer do I use my aunt and them. No longer, because we had an old saying, man, this what we talk about in this man in the mirror, why it's a personal journey. We had an old saying that we had and didn't even know it mean the same thing. What you eat don't make me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what we remember that.
Right, yeah.
But they don't get the same experience though.
I remember.
When you go in with the heart that you have,
Yeah.
you get the results that you get.
And that's why it's personal.
Yeah.
That's why it's personal, because whatever reason you doing something, man, that's your reason, man. Well, hopefully, that we can make a little crack in the armor. That's why we do what we do. So hopefully those with hard hearts we can kind of penetrate and get them, to have a human heart. And that's what God do. God give them a human heart. Then you feel. You start caring about people.
That's what I used to pray for, man. I used to God to take that heart of flesh. I mean, I had a heart of stone he had and change it into a heart of flesh. And I started to feel things. Then it was rough, man, at first. Because you
weren't used to doing it.
I wasn't used to doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Anything, man, that's new is going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Right.
Until you get used to it. I can tell y'all one more story.
Because for real, I'm more sensitive than anybody will ever know.
So, see?
You hear me? I'm sensitive as a fuck. You hear me? A lot of people don't know that, but I'm sensitive, man. I'm sensitive as a.
Me too.
I am too.
Yeah. Hey, look, Uncle Fred, when he started the boxing team, I was on the first team, man, and I remember all of us wanted to go. My cousin Tommy, my cousin Andre, all of us wanted to get on the team, right? All of us wanted to go box, right? Everybody was coming. Big Giant, everybody was coming in. Eric Galway, all of us was coming in trying to box, right? So it was a long mirror because we had no ring and stuff like that. We was in a room. I don't even think they had a carpet in that joint. We was in a room, just a regular room, but it had a long mirror. They did put a long mirror on. And he said, all right, the first day, he said, we're going to do road work, calisthenics, and work on our stance. And I want to spar him. We all want to do certain things, right? He said, look, let me see y'all stance. Everybody arm distance apart. We knew how to do that because we played Charles Houston most of them. He said, arm distance apart. Then let me see your stance. Everybody got in their stance. Everybody thought they could fight. He said, all y'all wrong. I don't even have to know what hand you use or nothing. He said, I can just look at your posture. All y'all wrong, man. He said, you're going to get killed. He said, and then most of us have gotten fights on the street, right? And we think we can fight. We done been to Coliseum and all that stuff. We can rumble. We think we can rumble, right? He said, this is a different arena. You fighting unskilled fighters out there.
Skilled.
Yeah, these people train the skill. And he made us do that, man. Everybody had their own process. But he made us for a long time work on our stance and balance, man. As we ran and did calisthenics.
Same thing about that foundation you talking about.
Same thing, man. We had to build that.
Build a foundation.
And then the next day when we threw our first punch, it was a jab. We had to learn how to throw a proper jab after we learned our stance. After we learned our stance and balance.
So do you agree that just about everything, your foundation is the most important?
It's the most important. But I think the most important is to be open to being teachable. God and guidance, man. I need to see how God operates, and I need to let him operate. And then I need to let the people God sent to guide me in this process, I need to let them show me.
It was something, man, that stick with me every day, right? It just came to me just now, right? When I was younger, my father used to tell me that I was afraid of success. You know what I'm saying? He used to tell me when I was a kid, man, Bruce, you got it. You got what it takes. But you're afraid of success.
Wow.
Well, I hear that a lot.
So he told me, the reason he said it, because every time you got to a place that things were changing for you, or you was ready to move past your friends or whatever, you always so sabotaged because you were scared to move above. You're scared to get to the next level.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So now every time I'm get to a place, I always remember that in the back of my mind. Don't be afraid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't be afraid. Keep moving.
Why you? I'm going to ask you that, though, bro. Why do you think? Because I hear that a lot, right? And I bagged it different. If we could get success on tap, we get it all the time, right? What I think what the fear is the responsibility that comes with it. That I can't be consistent, like Bruce said. I can't be consistent being responsible because that's what this. Yeah,
that could have been the fear of it.
yeah.
That could have been the fear of it.
Because now you gonna ask more of me. I gotta be more responsible now.
That could be the fear of it.
If I get to this level, now I gotta be more responsible. There's more responsibility on me. I don't even.
You know how many people, man. You know how many people. I mean, just here lately that I've heard turn down promotions where they get more money and everything.
More responsibility.
But it's more responsibility.
Yeah.
So they don't want that responsibility.
Much given.
Yeah, much given is much required. To whom much is given, much is required.
That's a spiritual principle.
Yeah, spiritual principle.
Yeah. It's not complicated, man. We make it complicated.
Yeah.
But we stay teachable, man. We can learn that because we got to actually do it. I don't know any job that you went to and they don't let you do the job, learn how to do the job and show you how to actually do the job. I don't care if you even did it before. They said, this is how we do it.
Right. Still got to go through orientation.
You still got to go. Am I right?
Right. That's true.
Well, so why with changing my lifestyle, I wouldn't apply the same principle?
Once you gather that, you can apply it. But when you don't have that.
That's the only thing we buck against. When it's time to change your lifestyle for the better, then we don't want no guidance. We don't want nobody sure we know what to do because we got an idea here of doing something we never did before.
Wow, that's real. It is real.
That's what happened for me right there, Bruce. I said I don't know how to do it. Man, y'all show me. Don't suggest nothing to me. Tell me, man, because I don't know what I'm doing. Because it's my evidence.
But the person got to be ready to learn.
The individual got to be open to learn. Got to be teachable.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
So did you? Let me ask you this: you observed somebody how to do this. You said you looked up on YouTube and everything, so you was open to learn, right. and you let somebody teach you. I don't care if it's a physical person here telling me, "Here, do this X, Y, Z." You still had to refer to somebody who was doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We see evidence of it.
And then still had to go through a lot of trial and error after that.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah. We was at GW, man. That's a junior high school in Alexandria. We were the same. I think we were the same. Yeah. So I remember being in home ec class. Now we went. This is another spiritual thing. We went. We went because the girls was in there.
She had the chilies.
Yeah, all of them was in there. Look, so me and Kirk Crawford trained together.
Making eggs and orange juice in the morning.
Your Uncle Kirk Crawford.
Yeah.
Me and Kirk used to hang together, right? So we said, man, we're gonna sign up for this class, this home ec job, right? So we in there, right? I'm in there for one reason, but just for today. As of today, I can make French toast from scratch.
Yes.
From scratch.
Absolutely.
But I ain't going there to really cook for real. No. But as a result,
you got some French toast.
Man, I'm a mean French toast making from scratch. So, but I'm just saying, I don't know how you gonna do it, man. I just gotta go. Yeah. And I can go in for all the wrong reasons. That's why I'm saying if your life is God guided, man.
So the day that I was laying in the bed with this rope, and I said I'm gonna do it correct this time. I heard God speak to me. You know what He said? Put all your faith and all your trust in me, and everything gonna be okay. So, like I said, I hadn't taken a bath. I hadn't ate nothing about a week. But all I heard Him say, trust me and put your faith. He ain't say how it was gonna happen. And I'm glad He didn't, because I probably wouldn't have believed Him. I probably wouldn't have, but He told me to put my faith in God and everything gonna be okay. And I tell you, man, since then, everything been okay.
That's what we saying. We saying basically, man, is your life God guided or is not? If my life is God guided, then I have to trust Him, and I know that everything will work out for my good in spite of how I look.
Right.
It might not look like it. Some things may occur.
Do you know I was scared as hell? I was scared, man. I had this 10A for my trials and stuff. You know, I'm facing 20 years of life, man. Just know I'm going to jail. And he talking about put all your faith and all your trust in me. You know how hard that was, Corn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, he showed me, you know what I mean, that his promises are real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, I can honestly say this, man. You know, you was talking about how men can't, give any kind of emotions to one another. And all that no diddy and all that other stuff. I don't gotta say that because I'm secure as a man.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, man, I got love for you brothers because we got light spirits. See, and that's something, man, that you can't put a price on. You know, I always say this, that God put special forces around me. I don't have to. I know a lot of people, but I ain't got a whole lot of people I deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. You know that too.
I leaned into that. Like
both of us was similar. We were bumping to each other in spots, and we'd be alone.
See, coming up, I was an extrovert. Extrovert.
Yeah.
Now I'm an introvert. I stay to myself. I stay peaceful. I stay quiet. And I stay humble. And I stay in a space, man, where I'm protected.
But see, I'm always going to be lovable. If I go out to an event, I'm going to take pictures with everybody. Because I understand. That's who I am. I'm going to take pictures with everybody. I don't care if you known or not known or who you are. I'm going to take pictures with all of them. Because I understand, man, all we got is memories. Like today, we making memories, right? It's up to us what kind we make. It's up to us what kind we make. I have people call me all the time. I know Boo got a picture.
And you and Curtis Green the same way.
Yeah.
Both of y'all love taking pictures.
We love people.
I wouldn't take pictures, man, for a long time.
Very rarely do you see you in a picture.
So I wouldn't take pictures for a long time.
He ain't taking with me. He taking with me.
I wouldn't take
I got some pictures of me and him.
Yeah, I wouldn't take them for
We hung out good that night. That was a good memory.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing about it is, God put he used somebody else to put me and Bruce.
Yeah.
Really,
That's how you do it.
Me and Bruce never hung with each other, like really hung with each other.
We be in the same places though.
we would pop up in the same place.
We be in the same place.
But when we popped, even on that other side, right? It was always a mutual love and respect for each other. Yeah. And it might be dangerous for us to be in the same place back then.
I know, right?
Yeah, but now look at it full circle, right? Full circle from the time he came home.
Yeah, but you reached out to me as soon as I came home.
How long you been home?
I've been on 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been on 5 years. But you reached out to me when I first came home through Tracy.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yeah. He told me go ahead.
Yeah, you reached out to me. That was 5 years ago.
We've
been locked in ever since.
Locked in, loaded.
We always knew each other.
Yeah. But we always had mutual love and respect for each other. We could see each other. It was always, and me and Rick done fought and everything.
With Roy?
You remember me and Rick got the fight?
Me and Rick done fought.
But look,
me and Rick done fought a couple times, man. That was my main man.
But listen, but then at the end, before Rick passed away, some years before he passed away, man, me and Rick done brought me home. Yeah. We done met on this side.
I miss my main man.
So you know, man, it's been a great show, man. But it ain't more like it's been a show, man. It's been a great, sit down with family, man.
Yeah,
that's what it's been more like. It ain't been like no show. We probably forgot we was on air. We was just,
I don't even know the camera.
Where the camera? So look, man, it's been wonderful, and man, it's been a joy having you guys here, man.
Yeah, I had a good time.
So can you let people know, especially you, where you can be found on social media or whatever. Or you can go first. Where can they find you on social media?
I'm on Facebook, Bruce Anderson.
Okay.
Instagram, Montana. Bruce Anderson, B Anderson 5310 on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Novelties Are Us. come holler at me if you need some shirts done, anything.
Tell them what
I
the
do all
ABA stand for.
all personalizations and customizations. AVA stands for Alexandria, Virginia. PA.
But you make other shirts too.
I make anything. I
Right.
can make that shirt. I
Okay.
can make that shirt. I
Okay.
can make that shirt.
Okay.
You do it all.
If they need
I
it,
do it
you
all.
can make it.
I can make it.
Okay, we had man.
I might get his shirts.
Hey, all you gotta do is tell me what's on your mind.
Yeah.
And I'll get with you on it and figure out what you want to see, and
Yeah.
I'll send you 3 samples, and you pick the one you want.
I got a jacket I sent you, right?
You do.
I want to get that made.
You do.
And I'm
And
gonna,
I
while
gotta
you
get to
here, I'm
that.
gonna show you the material that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Cause I got a jacket with that material.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely want to get
And I'm
that.
gonna try to put the VA sign around it like you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like around the logo. Like you
Okay.
said. Yeah.
So man, it's it, man. We'll talk off camera about purchases, because we definitely gonna support you.
Well, thank you.
And, it's been a wonderful show. And Boo Jones, and this is Man and D-Mir Show. It's the talk show that matters. We see you next month. We might have these young scrappy guys come back next month.
If you don't have me back, man, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way. My light coming along.
Yeah. And we
Okay.
definitely
great
may
time.
have these guys back.
I had a great time.
Appreciate you, boo.
Appreciate
Much
you.
love. Much love.